No, Judge, it's just that I just stick to one pen all day, so it's your, yeah. No, we're gonna take it. Was this you, Leah? Mhm. Let me get
Oh, I love your shirt.
Judge, let me get this stuff like that. Do you see the stuff?
Oh, let me see. You know, I can't see over the computers. Oh, I don't get. It's beautiful.
I'm right here.
Three.
All right, everyone. Oh, no problem. Take your time.
Damn, if I don't need to.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Today is Friday Eve, but it's also Halloween. So let's not make this a frightful day. Okay, Deputy Laura, that was a nice little joke that was slid in there. Ashley just chuckled. Well, not really chuckled. She just gave me a half smile. All right. So, John Robinson. Thank you. Ashley. Thank you. Ashley Medina, custody. Dino Acosta. All right, everyone, please make sure your phones are on silent or vibrate. Hawk, sorry, I was going to say Hawk, like from Spencer for Hire. Hank Maldonado, Christian Holkin, Anthony Harris, custody. Christopher Gill. Thank you. Christian Alan Ruiz Garcia. Keith Jones, custody. Haley Moy, custody. Pedro Flores, custody. Eric Reyes.
Here, Your Honor.
Where? Thank you. Shelby Jean Rodriguez. Juan Ramirez, custody. Paul Ramirez, custody. Guadalupe Rodriguez Jr., custody. Mario Inaosa. Deputy Laura, I've already jinxed this. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of it like in Ghostbusters. I've already thought that everybody's going to be here. So now I've ruined it. Domatillo Montejo Arenas, custody. Nathan Deshawn Medina.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you. Robert Sanchez, custody. Genevieve Castaneda, custody. Rodney Patterson. Rodney Patterson. I don't know, he may be one of the people who is zooming in.
There's a lot of people zooming in.
Well, there are only a few people who I think were given permission to zoom in, so we will see who they are. Robert Castillo.
Here, Your Honor.
Amanda Drummond, custody. Samantha Ann Malik. Samantha Ann Malik. Oh, just find a seat. Ramsey Ibrahim, custody. Yadira Romo. Johnny Trevino.
Here, Your Honor.
Jonathan Morales, custody. Aldalia Sobs. Aldalia Solomon Sobs. Eric Kelly, custody. Isaac Cabello. Isaac Jesus Cabello. And he's not even here to hear me pronounce the double L's.
I think they called yesterday that they wanted to Zoom link, that you gave them permission to do that.
All right, but he still should be here to hear me pronounce my double L's. Does he know how hard that is for me? Andrew Luke Pabon. Andrew Luke Pabon. Marco Calendras, custody. Lisa Telsey, custody. And if you all could bring her up immediately, please. Mario Vargas. Mario Alberto Vargas.
Judge's attorney texted me, said he was supposed to be here.
All right. Ezekiel Neely. Thank you. Karen Garneca. Roxanne Gomez. Keith Jones, custody. Monique Rowley Williams. Monique Renee Rowley Williams. Christina Pacina, custody. Jeffrey Schauble. Seth McDonald, custody. Is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? All right, if you'll stand, what's your name?
Jason, my brother.
All right. Mr. Andrade, do you have a case number or sit number?
No, no.
Who's your attorney?
Mr. Rickard.
All right, just have a seat. We'll see if we can find you. Anyone else? All right, everyone, the rules of the court. Your attorney will be here. Excuse me, are you all on the docket?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what's your name? All right, Raymond Jackson. What page is he on? Do you have your case number or sit number? Do you know, are you supposed to be in the 187th? All right, just have a seat. And who are you, sir?
I'm not me.
All right, next time, no shorts in court. You understand? Okay. Are you on the docket? What's your name? All right, just have a seat.
First row, ma'am.
All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. And attorneys, I'll repeat this for you because sometimes people don't remember. Criminal trial division files are there, family violence files are there. You're not ready to approach the court unless you confer with the state and confer with your client. If your client is in custody, you need to have them brought out. If your client needs an interpreter, by needing an interpreter, I mean that they wish to communicate with the court in a language other than English, you will need to ask for an interpreter to be brought down. Probation, Ms. Abrams, if you can raise your hand, that's probation. That's an integral part of this process. If your client is entering a plea bargain agreement where you want them to receive probation, or that's the agreement, you need to speak to probation. If there's a motion to revoke, you need to speak to probation. If you do not speak to probation, that's going to slow things down because I'm going to ask probation for their thoughts anyway, because they're an integral part of the system. If you have a client who is in custody and we are on the record, do not talk behind the court reporter. Just raise your hand and the deputy will move you and your client to the other end of the bench if there is room. Do not stand and huddle around the court reporter. Do not put your paperwork on top of the court reporter's desk. Imagine yourself if you're trying to do your work and somebody just came in, they have nothing to do with your work and they're just hovering around you. Doesn't feel great. So don't do it to her. And this is the court reporter. All right. So everyone, it's going to be a great day because it's Friday Eve. I know we're not retired, but hey, it's Friday Eve. Tomorrow's Friday. Can't get any better than that. All right, everyone, please confer. Vashon, we need to watch Saturday the 14th.
I'm sorry.
We need to watch Saturday the 14th for people who have not seen that.
I have not seen that. It is scary.
Oh, it's a comedy play up of horror movies. I remember, I think it came out in the late 70s or either early 80s.
Corny. Okay, I'll watch
It is not. It is very good.
It's cheesy corny. Okay, I'll watch it.
It's very good. It's right up there with the Mustard Squad. You need to watch the Mustard Squad. Have you seen the Mustard Squad?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, everybody should see the Mustard Squad. It is very good.
Yeah, well, the underlying things are. They're bad. No, but they're not shit. No, you guys say, well, nothing's bad.
Plenty of time, plenty of time.
But like, I mean.
Yeah.
They're not close. They're not close. Yeah, so.
You need someone?
Yes, ma'am. Mateen.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Well. I think- Okay. Okay, I don't know.
It's the same link from yesterday. Do you need
From the
it?
day before yesterday?
Yes, do you still need one?
I thought I had sent a screenshot in my group text. I might be able to find it on my own, unless you
If
have it on
not,
hand.
I'll write it down for you.
When it touched the, someone went behind it.
No.
Oh, Dominique could be thrown away then.
I think that's the one I had.
That was one from the other day.
No, I don't think so, because I didn't change it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay. And Norma, I'll give you this one.
You know what?
You're welcome.
Yes.
And then- How much is-
That was the info of the day.
You're welcome.
I don't know if this is supposed to-
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I had to. Oh, wow.
I know what Buzzing's doing.
Yeah. I'll email anything to review it.
Sir, are you on the docket? What's your name?
Yeah.
Andrew what?
P-A-B-O.
First row, sir. Judge is on page 8.
All right, thank you.
What's good? Second row, signature. No, check that. I'm sorry, I got all the stuff upstairs. I'm just doing it. It's like a little payment. We're kind of like under roll.
Because Andrade was supposed to be here on Tuesday. I was told to come back yesterday. Obviously, there was nobody here. But he's here today. He missed Tuesday. Judge issued a warrant.
That's really funny.
We need the case or the set.
Yeah, you can give me the.
Need to sit at the case.
He's got multiple cases, right?
No,
No? Okay, I'll say the case.
case is 2024 CR 009-623. Jason JUIS. Pardon?
Just being sorry.
Oh, okay.
Not like that.
Be with you in just a second, sir.
I'm sure.
Gonna push you again. How you doing this morning? Good.
All right, and Vashan. The person I need to speak to, what is her name? Can I see the file on Chelsea?
Sam. Is it Kelsey?
Yes.
$37.
All right, sir, I'm printing out the file. Okay, I'll put it up there for you.
Okay, all right, thank you.
No problem, sir. Yes, sir, I can help you.
Can I, you're the person I need to see to find out his credit?
Yes, sir. You have the case number?
I do. DC 2024 CR 0150.
01.
Ms. Abrams, are you ready with her?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Chelsea, come down. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. All right, so we think we may have found an avenue to have you placed with housing. All right, so it's just taking us a little bit of time. And remember, you were here on a motion to revoke, so you could be going to prison, okay? So we're trying to work with you so that you can end up being successful in this probation and not go to prison. You understand?
Yes.
So, Ms. Abrams, if we bring her back on November 7th, you think we may have some information, or should I put it for the 12th? Because I know we have elections coming up on the 5th.
Judge, if you can do the 12, and if I get an answer before then, I'll ask you to place on the document.
All right, so we're going to recall you for the 12th. That's a Tuesday.
Go for it.
However, if we find placement for you before then, what will end up happening, you'll be brought back before then, and I'm going to give you instructions, okay? All right, you have any questions?
Problem, sir.
All right. And do not, here's my advice for you. Do not bring any more men in your life until you have yourself together, who you want to be, and you can survive on your own without help from another person. You understand? All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I took it.
Way up there. You got it way up there.
A very long.
Deputy Laura, today, when I woke up, you know what they had? Cucumber water. I'm like, oh, it's the little things.
Yes, sir.
Raymond Jackson.
You're on a status hearing conference for Elisa Hernandez. File up there, please.
Lisa Hernandez.
What a E, Lisa.
All right, and Mr. Parker, if you can talk
Raymond
to
Jackson.
Jason, I do believe that case has been taken care of, the one that was the mistrial. But if you can talk to him and let's make sure, if not, let's get that taken care of today.
I will do that.
All right, thank
Hey.
you.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, happy Halloween. It's not gonna be frightful though.
No, that's a treat.
Okay.
Good 19. Good mouse. 1 second, sir.
Sure.
What's that case number?
Ooh, 2024 CR 2852 Lisa Fernandez.
All right. My partner run up the file right now, sir. Okay.
Sure. And if you would just put it up there.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I'm not sure.
What is
There's a status date, but I don't see a court date for them there.
Jason Anthony Andrade.
Okay.
All right, you didn't show up for court. Why not?
I just wasn't aware I was supposed to be at court until the day of.
All right, so here's the thing. If don't show up again, if you're late again, a warrant may be issued for your arrest and I may not recall it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. If I was aware, ma'am, I would have showed up. I'm sorry about that.
All right, I thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Criminal Trial Division. Do y'all have any objection to recalling this warrant? He said he was unaware he had court yesterday. And so he's here today.
Actually, it was Tuesday.
I'm sorry,
It was Tuesday.
Tuesday. So the court issued a warrant for his arrest. Any objection to the court recalling the warrant?
I had changed my number with them, so we just, I never got an email, I never got a text message until the day the day of the court date. Previously. Doesn't work for me.
No. All right, thank you. So counsel, he was on a commercial bond. So we are going to have him sit in the box. If you'll call his bondsman and see if they have any objection to the court reinstating the bond. Otherwise, I'll recall the warrant, but his bond will be the previous bond amount and he'll have to make bond. So if you have a seat in the box and he's going to call
Go ahead.
your bondsman.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. State, you may be excused.
No, well, that's why I came to, Bell's Bomb told me to come because they made a mistake and put the warrant out for the wrong person. Bell's Bomb,
I had to put you in handcuffs until it's clean.
all right.
Let me find this out first. We need to clear it up. The fact you're gonna have it
Yes, ma'am.
active all the time.
But you can get called Bell's Bomb right now.
Yeah, you give me just a second, because I got, let me check it
Okay.
out. Somebody else, and I will check in just a second. I won't forget about you.
We're gonna set it for hearing. Stevens.
Judge, do you handle motions to quash or do you send them out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But I need that.
Yes.
The Douglas Stevens that you're asking me about, of course, I don't have to file Douglas Stevens, the case I was telling, but he said they'd have a case number or anything, but I don't. I mean, I didn't bring the file with me.
Oh, sure. Jason, you come up for a moment?
Regarding Mr. Jackson, there was a warrant on a surety.
Okay.
On John Robison.
All right, could I see the file on Rodney Patterson, please? All right, who is the attorney for Rodney Patterson? Ms. Cruz? And Mr. Patterson, if you can show your video, please. All right. Okay. All right, Mr. Patterson, if you can unmute. Oh, she's on Zoom.
Okay, she'll call you up in just a few minutes.
Okay, we have to have.
Oh, thanks.
Judge, can you see me?
No, I can't see you, but that's okay. I know who you are because I saw part of your video. Here's where we left off, Mr. Patterson. We were trying to make the determination whether or not you wanted a jury trial or did you want to enter into an agreement? Mr. Martinez? Everybody's moving around like it truly is Halloween, which it is. All right, Mr. Patterson,
Yes, ma'am.
do you want a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am, please. Ma'am.
All right. All right. Ms. Ferguson, this is an evading, so jury trial probably 2-3 days,
On November 12th.
Evading in a vehicle or evading second round?
evading in a vehicle. Days.
November 12th.
All right, your jury trial is going to be November 12th. You need to appear in person in court.
Yes, ma'am.
And your plea deadline date has expired, so the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do.
All right, you're excused. Be safe. Keep your hard hat on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Defense counsel state similarly, excuse your honor.
Yes, state your excuse. Raymond, do you have anything else with us? All righty, he is frozen. Here's this one.
Judge?
You're welcome.
Mr. Andrade.
The box.
Yes. No, he has a warrant, but his attorney is going to call the bondsman to see if the bondsman wants the bond reinstated.
We like, I don't know, on the field,
You need a punch on that one?
I do, we like to sit up. What's the next week?
All right, you with the iPhone and the tan t-shirt, what's your name?
My name is Amber with Second Chance Bail Bonds for Raymond Jackson.
All right, awesome.
He's the one who's in back.
All right, they're gonna bring him out, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and Emily DeSoto.
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, it's DeToto. Good morning.
Oh, DeToto. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have.
I
my
get it all the
glasses.
time.
Who are you here for?
I'm here for Shelby Rodriguez.
Shelby Rodriguez? Did you say Shelby Rodriguez?
Yes.
Is there a Shelby Rodriguez on the docket?
Shelby?
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Can I see the following Shelby Rodriguez, please?
I have a,
Shelby Rodriguez?
Shelby Rodriguez, come forward.
she should be there with her, with my co-counsel, local counsel, Amy Owens.
Amy Owen is not in the courtroom yet.
Okie dokie. Well, okay.
Hello. All right. So counsel, if you want to, we can wait for Amy to appear. I'll note that you are, her attorney of record.
Right.
So you can stay on Zoom, or either Amy can give you a call when she arrives.
Well, I believe Amy was attached to the case. When I pulled up information, I saw her as attached.
Let me see.
But nevertheless, I would rather her be there so that Shelby has someone there with her.
Okay. All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. If you'll just have a seat, and Miss Owen will be here shortly. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. And I'll just hang out on Zoom, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank
What
you,
I'll do
ma'am.
is I'll put you in a waiting room.
Oh, perfect.
And with Second Chance, I'll put you in the waiting room as well. They're bringing, oh, he's here.
I'd have to ask.
All right, sir, what's your name?
2024,
Could I see the file on Raymond Jackson?
Yes, ma'am. 01 0935.
You have to come out the docket. They told you to come in, second check.
Oh, for Jackson? Okay.
Good night,
I got his case pulled up already, so I just gotta print it.
All right, thank you. But John, it's turning into a crazy Halloween today. Now that I didn't think. All All right, Mr. Jackson, we're gonna see what's going on, all right?
Okay.
Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Always keep your head up when you speak to people, okay?
Yes, ma'am, but you know, really, I don't want to be on camera.
Mhm. What page is he on the docket? Ah, all right, he has a warrant. Why does he have a warrant?
Because the bail bonds made a mistake.
No. I'm asking second chance.
Oh, he had a warrant from August. We hadn't received any payments from him since March. We had to issue a warrant in August. But he did come back and make a payment. So we've been trying to restore the bond since August 28th. We've tried to restore the
Here's thing.
bond.
Just one second. Let me explain something to you. You have to put on your listening ears. Do you not hear? It sounds like she's trying to get the warrant pulled so they can be back on your bond.
Now, that's why I raised my hands.
So here's the thing. We don't need you to raise your hand right now. Right now,
just
she's
lied on me,
trying.
man.
Here's the thing. She's trying to say she wants to be back on your bond. Do you not want her back on your bond? Because if you don't want her back on your bond, you can be taken
It's
into
their
custody.
mistake, ma'am. I understand y'all doing your
Alright,
favor. It's
so-
their mistake.
He can go.
All right, I can go there.
He doesn't want you back on his bond.
Okay, am I excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You're welcome.
I already put your phone. there,
I
Mr. Hernandez.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't understand that guy.
It's Halloween. Happy Halloween. Jen.
Happy Halloween.
Maybe it was a trick.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, that's what's going on.
Should have chose the treat instead of the tricks.
And you know what? It's like, even if somebody made a mistake and your freedom is at stake, the time to get upset about it is after it's corrected, because it sounded as though they wanted to get back on his bond.
Yeah.
And I'm
So
like,
sometimes you tell the client, this is a hyphen situation. They go, what? Shut up.
I'm like, okay.
Oh, go ahead, John.
All right, yes, but
Owner, I contacted the bail bondsman.
Mhm.
Only the owner can make the decision.
okay,
The owner is out until at least 11. They're trying to get a hold of her,
okay,
have her text me, so I'll just sit here and see
okay,
if I
awesome.
get a response.
Yes, because I can't reinstate bonds.
I understand.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're
Good.
welcome. Okay. Domatillo, Aranus.
The interpreter's here, Judge. I'm wrong.
All right, whenever you all are ready to come up, just come up.
They're ready.
All right, is this criminal trial division or family violence?
Family violence, Judge.
Family violence?
Yes, Judge.
This is Domatillo, Montejo, Aranus.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Did you confer with the state?
We did, Your Honor.
So everyone, please whisper. All right, where are we on discovery?
We have everything that we need, Judge, to move forward.
State, were you able to tender an offer?
Yes.
And sir, how old are you?
55 years old.
All right, Norma,
Yes, ma'am.
recall this for November 14th for a plea deadline date.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I think we may have to be able to take care of this before that, if
Oh,
possible.
when do you want it brought back?
Probably sometime next week, if I could just get my calendar, because all I need is a video letter for him, for his immigration attorney, Christine Brown. He is willing to take that offer.
All right, so the dates, I can tell you the dates we have open for the next week are the 5th.
Number 40.
I'm sorry, yes, you're right, correct. The 4th, my calendar is all messed up. The 4th, and the 7th.
Okay, I think we can potentially do the 4th, Judge. Not a
All
problem.
right, so we'll recall you for November 4th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, that's all right.
All right, thank you. Thank you for coming down.
My pleasure, Judge.
Do you need me to sign anything?
Yes, but I haven't filled it out yet.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Judge.
I'll fill it out. No
Thank
problem.
you, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
No, well, the warrant is gonna be lifted. We're just waiting to see if the bondsman wants to get back on his bond or not. So I'm not reinstating the bond yet.
Oh, no, it's Deputy Nebraska.
Oh, counsel, if you have his full name, we should be able to find it on Odyssey.
It's either Stephen Douglas or Douglas Stevens. I think it's
I'll look it up.
Douglas Stevens. That's what it said, I think I remember. I think Stephen Douglas was the debater.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that wasn't it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, who is here on John Robeson?
He's present with count, Judge.
Yes. All right, where are we on the blood discovery?
We do not, I checked today, we don't have it. You signed it on the 1st, I think. That's what our record shows. And then I went by the window, it's not there.
State, do you have an update on this blood discovery?
I'm sorry. Since I think he just stepped out.
All right, if you'll just wait, when the attorney comes back, we'll take it up.
Judge, there's another issue, and that is we need to reset for a hearing on the motion to quash.
Okay,
And this is a jurisdictional challenge, so
all right,
we want to have a hearing on it.
all right, I appreciate that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for Tony to come down to see where the blood discovery is, and then I'll give you a hearing date for any motions you want heard.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Who's here on Elisa Hernandez? All
It's a
right,
status hearing. She pled 3 weeks ago.
okay,
Status hearing. I conferred with the CLO. She's up to date on what's going on. They did a tap. She is qualified for DDRF, but there's some other testing that has to go on and there's not scheduled till November 26th.
all right,
And she's in custody still.
all right, has she been brought out?
She's not here.
Ah. All right, let's put her on the docket then, because I don't like people at the jail and not. I know you'll tell her, but sometimes they want to come to court. All right, Norma. On Elisa Hernandez. Counsel, are you available for November 4th?
Let me see. That's Monday. Yeah, I'll be in the courthouse. Yeah. Monday's fine.
All right, Norma, if you'll recall her for November 4th. Vashawn, if we call Elisa Hernandez for November 4th, they say she has more testing to do. Is that going to interfere with her ability to have testing?
Step is for her to go through the steps with Tacoma. She was approved through the first phase for DDRF.
Mhm.
The next step is Center for Healthcare Services meeting. They have that scheduled for 11/26.
Okay, all right. So then let's bring her over, Norma, for November 4th, just so that she'll know we haven't forgotten about her.
Okay.
All right,
And I gave that, we got the information in the case number for Mr.
okay, awesome. Well, we'll take care of it today.
So I gave it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sir, I just have two motions to substitute counsel. I want attorney in our firm.
Those are soft dockets or?
Espinosa is off docket. He's coming up on Monday, I believe, and Eric Reyes is here today on docket. Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 second, I can get the file.
No worries, you take your time, sir. Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Judge, for those PSIs, do you want the cases that are gonna be TIC'd as well?
Yes.
Should be all of them.
All right, thank you. All right, Shelby Rodriguez, they're not ready yet.
Okay, I'll hold on to it for now.
Tony,
Ma'am.
are you ready to proceed on Harold Robinson, John Harold Robinson? There's just an issue about the update on discovery. All right, the attorney on Robinson, Sharman?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm just waiting for the file link right now here, but I'll put them up there.
All right, he stepped out of the courtroom.
What is it?
Ashley Medina? The attorney for Ashley Medina? Ashley.
Oh, sorry.
Who's your client? Yes. All right, Ashley Nicole Medina? Hello, so what is going on here? Discovery?
Judge, I'm gonna be asking the court to sign a standing blood order.
Okay.
And I don't have one.
All right, State, do you have a standing blood order in your system that you can print off for defense? All right, so they'll print it off, I'll sign it. And then, so this was blood test, I'm assuming?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, give me a December date for this. That's how long it's probably gonna take if they don't already have it. If they do already have all of the blood information, then we'll bring you back before this date in December, okay?
The 16th of November.
All right, we'll be back on December 16th.
Okay, Judge.
All right, and counsel, if you just remain in court to see if they can download that for you.
Okay, Judge.
All right, any questions, Miss?
Yes.
Miss Medina?
No.
Do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
For your prosecutors back on Robertson's.
Deputy Lord, what page is Medina on?
It's on page.
Okay, thank you.
Judge Council ready to approach on Robertson?
Okay, just give me a moment.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, we can get it sooner than whatever date. Thank you. Okay.
Hey, Judge.
Thank you. John Robertson?
Hey, I'm Shelby Rodriguez. I'm second chair on that case. I wanted to take that first.
I may have that. Let me see if I have that. All right, thank you. All right, on this case, where are we with the blood discovery?
Okay, awesome.
I don't know, Judge. Ask Mr. Sharman to kind of.
Well, he said there was supposed to be something at the window. So we've been doing the blood discovery since August. So somebody needs to see if you all actually have it in your office. And if you do, it needs to be brought down.
Okay, I'll
All
start by calling the window, Your Honor.
All right.
I was
Well,
just there at the window.
okay.
It's not there.
All right. Well, they'll call somebody. You know, let's not put negativity out there. Maybe he's gonna be able to find it somewhere, but we're gonna find it.
So we're gonna wait for that.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Eric Reyes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, I'm just getting onto this case. I'm gonna need some time to access e-discovery. I'm just looking at the file right now. We could have a short reset to allow me to look at discovery, make sure it's all here.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if I can have a 30-day reset for discovery.
I appreciate you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Ferguson.
All right, and Norma, it has Jessica Gonzalez on this case.
Yeah, I'm subbing in right now, Judge. I believe
All right, I
Judge
need,
dropped a motion to sub.
well, I don't have that. Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. I'm good for December 5th, Your Honor.
All right. Sir, do you have any objections to this attorney substituting in?
No, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
All right, thank you,
All
Judge.
right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, no. Hang loose. I'm gonna review the file and then we'll talk after I review it. I'll get the reset form. We're gonna sign it together, okay? Just gonna take this quick. Thanks, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. No, thank you.
And Norma, what page is he on?
He's on page 3.
Thank you. Artillo Ruiz. Artillo Espinoza Ruiz. Pedro Flores. All right, where's Mr. Flores? Come down.
What do you want me, Judge?
This side. So how was federal court?
That's okay.
Federal
Apologize for being
court.
late.
All right, have you conferred with the state?
Yes, Judge. They provided me some documents. I just need a setting so we can talk to my client.
All right, how much time are you asking for?
30 days, Judge.
All right, for a possession less than a gram?
Holidays, Judge.
Oh, okay. Norma, state, were you able to tender an offer?
No, we gotta request one because I think that we just received. It was up on Verify, but
Yeah.
it wasn't in the file.
All right, Norma, recall this for November 7th.
Judge, I might.
Sure. Just 1 second.
But right now, it's good, Judge.
All right, we're gonna bring you back on November 7th to make sure your case is taken care of, okay?
Thank you,
All
Judge.
right. Ms. Ferguson, November 7th, Deputy Laura, he's free to go.
Thank you. Now send you the reset by email. And then you set it right.
Keith Jones. It's all right, Mr. Jones, if you'll come down. Hello.
Hi. Hey, Judge, we have this is a sentencing.
Ah,
Ah,
let me find. Just one moment.
this was reset to allow them to do a TAP evaluation. It was like an abbreviated PSR.
Okay. Oh, here we are. Let me make sure I have the tab.
Yes. I have a copy, so
They.
you do?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yes, ma'am.
All right, court is calling. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 008-302, 2024 CR 008-303, State versus Keith Darnell Jones. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Sharon Thorne's the defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea bargain in each of these cause numbers. The defense waived the PSI and Mr. Jones also waived the PSI. And we're going to proceed with the court reviewing the TAP evaluation. In each cause number, the client entered a plea of no contest. And the cause number ending in 03, the repeater offender allegation was waived. Have both parties had a chance to review the TAP evaluation state?
Yes, Your Honor.
We have, Your Honor, and I've gone,
Okay.
and I've gone over, I have, Your Honor, and I've gone over with my client.
Any objections?
No objection.
That's right. So everyone, if you all not talk behind the court reporter, and if everyone can please whisper. I know today is supposed to be a frightful day, but let's not make it frightful for the court reporter by talking loudly. All right, in each cause number, according to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. The state is opposed to your application of community supervision. The cause numbers are to run concurrently, and they're taking 2 cases into consideration. State, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
I would just call my client, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record, please.
Keith Jones.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, we're here today for the judge to assess sentencing in your cases. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand all the cases that are being taken care of today and also the ones that are going to be dismissed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You asked the court to do what's called a TAP evaluation where you talk to the drug counselors prior for her to do the sentencing. Do you remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you remember what it is that you talked to them about just recently?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. In your meeting with the drug counselors, my understanding, you're telling them that you don't have a drug problem, but that you do admit that you were selling drugs. And you understand that this judge has a wide range of what she can do. The offer is 10 years. She can either put you in prison for 10 years or she could give you probation for 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You're asking this judge to put you on probation. Can you tell the judge why you are asking her to give you probation?
Yes, ma'am. My mom, she's very sick and there's no one there to help us. And she leave me there with her. And I know I can do better. I know I messed up.
Well, let me ask you this. How long has your mom been very sick?
It's been about 6 months.
All right, so why would you put yourself in this situation to be going to prison knowing that your mom may or may not need you?
It was just had to make some money.
Why not get a job?
It was just didn't have enough time.
Oh, sure, there are plenty of places to work.
No, I mean, at the time, I needed quick money and
Why did you need quick money?
But my pockets was flat and we couldn't eat.
Oh, they have places where you can get food for free.
Yes, ma'am.
And who is this we could not eat?
Well, Speaking of me and me, my mom had food in the house, but me and myself, me.
All right.
Yes, and so, at this point, you understand that, the judge has total control of what she can decide to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Other than your mother being sick, what other, concerns do you have and why you're asking this court to grant you probation?
But I know I feel it above my head, but I know I can do better.
Do you think that you could comply with the terms and conditions
Yes,
of
ma'am.
probation?
I know I can.
You'd have to report once a month. You'd have to stay out of trouble.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't hang around with people who sell or use drugs.
Yes, ma'am.
And you can't sell or use drugs yourself.
Right.
But you feel that you could comply at this time in your life.
Yes, ma'am. I know I can.
Pass witness, Shawna.
State, any questions? All right. So what is his criminal history? Yes, please. Defense, any objections to the court reviewing the criminal history?
No objection, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, court will hear argument. State you're opposed.
Yes, Your Honor. We're opposed to the one to without.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, we understand that he has a very long checkered history. We are asking you to think outside the box. He is asking for probation. He does have family he needs to take care of, and we are just asking, to show some mercy and to grant him probation.
All right, Mr. Jones, I will tell you, it is very rare for the court to see people admit to selling drugs and saying, no, I don't have a drug problem. I just sell drugs. At the same token, people will come before me, and you've come before me, and you said there are other people that you need to take care of. People need to think about that before they do wrong. You understand?
I understand.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is not going to grant you probation. The court will sentence you to a $1,500 fine and the cause number 2024 CR 00832. I'm sorry, 8302. $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 00803. Take in consideration 2024 CR 00829, 2024 CR 00831, and the court will sentence you to 9 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. And the cause number ending in 303. Court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. Sentence you to 9 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 00832. Taking consideration 2024 CR 00829 and 2024 CR 00831. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorneys? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes.
All right, because these are plea bargain agreements, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, I've actually given you something less than you bargained for. And because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because these are felony convictions, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You are at a point now that if you pick up any new felony charges, depending on what type of felony it is, you're looking at a minimum of 25 years. And I will tell you, people say, oh, the jail is overcrowded. Oh, the prison is overcrowded. Guess what? People will always build new prison. They'll always find space for you. And if a cell is only supposed to have 10 people in it, if they need to put 20 people in that cell, they're gonna put 20 people in that cell, whether it's a violation of federal law or not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you love your mom, like you say you love your mom, then you need to stop doing this because you're breaking her heart. You understand?
Understand.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Honor. Maybe
Do-
excused.
Oh, he has some dismissal, so he'll help you. And thank you for always being respectful.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. He needs to get his dismissal.
So.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hold on one second. Excuse me. With him, he needs his dismissal sheet.
Okay. You didn't want to do
Oh, Jason. This is the wrong dismissal. I think you may have been. Oh, no.
No.
It's 301. Is that?
301, we did that one. That one was actually TIC, right?
Yes, okay.
And
okay.
then is it the 299 that was also?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that we messed up. I messed up.
Sorry, 2020. Apologize. You'll get it. Okay. Give me a sec.
That's the correct one. Thank you. That would have been a mess later.
Oh, that would have been, we would have had to clean it up. And it would have taken signatures from all of us.
We got it. We got it, Judge.
All right. Have a good one.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
That was great.
Okay.
Sorry. I thought he was in the.
Okay, sorry about that. 2024 CR 7778.
Do better. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. There any zeros to be in? Oh, maybe, one, two. Sorry. Christian Grant Williams? Yes.
You're welcome.
But I'm pretty great.
Right.
Raymond Jackson.
Thank you, bye.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah, can I talk
Yes.
to you about that real quick?
Sure.
What is the current status of that, Judge? I understand that there was an issue this morning.
He wanted to argue with the bondsman who was trying to get back on his bond.
Okay.
So,
So as far as for the bond goes, what are we looking at? Just having a new bond set or?
you'll need to have, no, his bond will be set, but the bondsman just
Not gonna be
did
on
an
the bond.
affidavit to surrender surety.
So we have to find a new bondsman to get on the spot, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Unless you want to go back to second chances. You're welcome. Christina Erica Pacino Marino. Counsel, you all ready to proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Court is calling 2022 CR 3723 State versus Christina Erica Pacino Marino. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense,
Robert Gaona for the defendant.
and are you Miss Marino?
Yes.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Are you the same Christina Erica Pacino Marino who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 3723 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on September 8th, 2022 for a term of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, state.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Christina Erica Pacino Moreno did then and there fails to report to the supervision officer as directed for notice in July and August 2024 in violation of condition of the law.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
State waived the remaining violation allegation.
Any objections to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, deny the motion, suspend 1 year, and then for SAC, followed by after upon disposition. Both MTRs,
Wait, she has more than one MTR?
probation, she has a
County.
misdemeanor case in assault family violence. For which she is also on for environmental grounds.
All right, so here's my question. Well, do you have any questions for your client?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Christina Perica, Christina Moreno.
Why are you not doing well on probation?
Well, I'm a single mom, so I've been working a lot and I work overnights.
Well, you could have picked up the phone and called probation. Why didn't you do that?
I did call my probation and she had told me that I was supposed to turn myself in and she was gonna submit paperwork because of my classes. I wasn't able to do my classes.
Turn
And
yourself into where?
to jail and she said that she was gonna my probation officer, I had emailed her and called her and left her messages and she never contacted me back. And I talked to her supervisor and her supervisor told me I had warrants and I had to turn myself. And I
So
had,
you're saying your probation officer never got in touch with you?
no,
All right, Miss.
because when I did talk to her
No,
supervisor.
no, just a second. Miss Abrams, she's saying her probation officer never talked to her. We're gonna find out.
Judge, I can review the file, otherwise we can, ask the probation officer, if you don't, they don't object to her doing that.
All right, do y'all have any objection to the probation officer zooming in?
No.
All right, so just have a seat. We're gonna have your probation officer zoom in so we can figure out what's going on. All right. Atillo Espinoza Ruiz. Monique Raleigh Williams. Are y'all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke?
Judge, they're filing a motion to withdraw the MPR.
All right, so why, come forward. Why are we filing this motion to withdraw? State, why is the motion to withdraw being filed?
Present the question
Yes.
to the state. It's due number one, Judge, they're not indicted. One's family violence, that's gonna be dismissed, my understanding. But there's two other ones that are ag assaults, have not been indicted. I did inform the defense that we may refile, but at this point, we can't be proving it on an MTR.
All right, and where are you working? Why do you have this badge on?
It's a school thing.
I'm sorry?
It's a school, it's for school.
Oh, okay, because I was like, I hope that's not a badge for a home healthcare provider because I don't allow that.
No, it's a school thing. It's at I think it's at St. Philip's, Palo Alto. I was wrong.
All right, so they're filing this motion to withdraw basically because your cases haven't been indicted yet. This is your fourth MTR that has been filed against you. I don't know what your problem is, but what I do know is the charge you have, you're looking at 10 years in the prison. So if you want to continue on this path, I'm going to tell you what I told everybody else. Just because you're a woman does not mean that they don't have a place for you at the prison. They will make room. And if there are only supposed to be 10 people in a cell, I guarantee you, they're not going to let you run around out here and saying, oh, federal law says only 10 people can be in a cell. So we're just going to let people run amok. They will find and squeeze you into that cell or either leave you in processing. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do not come back here with nonsense before this court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And these new number ones, who are the complainants?
They're non-family, Judge.
I can find out, Judge.
All right, because she's not having contact with those persons.
We have no contact with them now. That was part of the bond conditions on these new charges.
Right, so the family violence, the VPO case arose
out of the Agasol cases, but because the Agasol cases are not family violence, the elements of the are not attached, which is why it's getting better.
Okay.
And Judge, as a condition of her MTR bond and the ag assault bond, she's on partial house arrest GPS. She does have a CPS case open where she gets supervised visits with her child through CPS at the CPS office. It's like on a Wednesday, every Wednesday. If you could approve Ms. Williams attending the CPS office to visit her child, her children. Then it might be a stretch to ask, but I'm going to anyway. If she could also take part in any doctor appointments or medical appointments for the children.
Well, once that happens, she can come forward and ask, because unless the children have some sort of chronic issue, usually those appointments are scheduled.
Sure, sure.
State, do you have any objections to her being allowed to attend child visitation with CPS supervision? All right. All right, I'll sign the motion to withdraw. And counsel, you'll need to, write an order with regards to this, child visitation.
Sure.
Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
May we be excused?
Once you speak with probation.
Judge, so
Oh, and probation, is there anything you want added?
that I'm fully aware, did you amend any conditions?
No, the only thing that she's allowed, she's still gonna be on GPS.
I don't have her on GPS with probation.
Oh, it's through, her bond.
So the new cases are not going to move forward. She won't be on
Oh,
GPS,
no.
correct?
No, the new cases are moving forward. They
Okay.
just haven't indicted them yet.
Okay. Okay, Judge.
All right,
I don't have
so,
any other questions.
all right, thank you.
And then I'll be back with an order, probably Monday.
If you just want to write something on the sheet of paper, you can.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Let me see what his current bond is.
He's remanded without bond.
So they'll need to have a hearing.
Judge, I also sent you evidence.
All right, thank you.
It's MTR, not gonna be contested.
Oh, no, I'll do it right now. There, sorry about that.
Judge?
Yes.
CSO Munoz should be on the Zoom.
Oh, she is. All right, Erica Pacino Marino. All right, we're back on the record in 2022 CR 3723, State versus Christina Pacino Marino. You're still under oath. Probation is on Zoom. You said you had not had contact with your probation officer?
No, not for 3 months.
Was that for 3 months because you were not reporting?
Not for the 3 months that I had been contacting her, that she said that for me to turn myself in. That was around April.
So you've been asked by her to turn yourself in since April?
For April, after I met with her on Zoom at the probation office, she had told me she was gonna let me know when I was supposed to turn myself in.
So she did have conversations with you?
Just April, she never told me what day to turn myself in.
All right, any other questions?
I don't have any.
Any questions, State?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The probation officer is by Zoom. Ms. Munoz, could you unmute, please?
Yes, Judge.
All right, could you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly
Yes.
swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Linda Munoz.
All right. Miss Pacina Marina says that she hasn't had, I guess, major contact with you about when to turn herself in. Can you address that for the court?
When she came, she would sporadically report, so I would tell her to come in and then she wouldn't come in. And then I believe she was sent a text. I'm not on the case, but to notify of the violation, well, the warrant. She would come in late all the time when she was scheduled, or she wouldn't show up at all. Wouldn't submit any drug test, just wouldn't report. During that time, it may be that I was out of the office when my mom was on hospice. Maybe that's the time, maybe that I didn't make like a lot of contact, but I did try to reach her. Phone numbers were always changed. So
All right. I'm sorry about your mom. Thanks for zooming
you.
in. Any questions for the officer?
Judge, just wanted to ask her, this is Robert Gaona, attorney for the defendant. Just wanted to see if that is the April period which you're talking about. April of this year.
Yes, April of this year.
No further questions.
All right. Any questions from the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you so much for zooming in.
Thank you.
All right.
You're
All
welcome.
right. Any objections to the court reviewing the court summary?
No, Your Honor.
Let's see, I can find it. Just give me a moment. All right, so here's the question. Why should I continue her? Because according to the court summary, she refuses to report and submit drug testing. So why shouldn't she just go to prison?
Well, Judge, I think that Christina's from conversations with her is that she wants the opportunity to keep this conviction off her record. The same offer has been tendered to us through the assault case as well. On the assault case in County Court 11, the same offer has been made for her to consider. She's expressed to me the desire to keep the.
Oh, just one second. So Mr. Sharman, Mr. Sharman, hi. You guys speak as though you're spies and you're trying not to get caught. Y'all need to whisper. Thank you. All right.
And Judge, she has a relationship with her grandmother, or who has her kids. She wants to get back and be able to do what she can without those convictions so that she can do the right thing. She admits that she had some problems there, contact and probation, following those rules. I don't think that she's a person the court needs to give up on. I think she can do it once she gets the treatment over with.
What's your grandmother's name?
Dorothy.
Dorothy what?
Dorothy Perez Garces.
Dorothy Perez. Last name?
Garces. Perez Garces.
Is that Garces?
Z-E-S.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the following. Do a referral for felony drug court. If not accepted, then she's going to do safety, followed by aftercare. And extend her for 2 years from today's date. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. no in-person contact with Dorothy Perez Garces until further notice. She's not to reside at any location where there are minors. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits, one time per month for 6 months. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. And there's to be CPS compliance. Probation, is there anything else she needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. Just to be clear,
Mhm.
she has the kids that are with the grandmother
Mhm.
and you ordered no contact with the grandmother,
Yes, no in-person contact.
but no unsupervised contact with the kids.
Yes,
Okay, so someone else can,
it would be
obviously,
CPS, I'm assuming.
if they're involved.
Well, I think CPS may be involved.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't know.
we shall see.
All right, thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Yes. Judge, you filed for Mr. Pedro Flores.
Just one second. Say Pedro Flores?
Yes, they told me to put it up there earlier, but they just gave it.
I think,
Put A4 it's up there. I don't know if it's Pedro.
no, I don't have Pedro. This is what I have.
Can you give it back to me?
Yes, to give it back to you.
I got it right here, Judge. It's fine. It's sent.
Oh, no problem.
All right.
You okay?
That's my approach.
Yes.
It's not a real approach.
Okay, yes.
Judge, I'm waiting on the standard blood order. Is there any-
Have you talked to them and talk to Tony? I think Tony was calling up. Oh, you mean to see if they did if they have a copy of it? Just ask Tony.
He's not here.
All right, just ask Jason, one of them, to see if they can pull it.
Can I come tomorrow and ask for it again?
Well, no, I mean, if you can print yours out tomorrow, then, and drop it off.
I don't know if it's gonna be the right
All right,
one.
let me ask you this. Is there any defense attorney in here who has a standing blood discovery order? Mr. Sharman, can you print one out for him or email one?
Secretary to do it right now.
All right, could you email it to the court and I'll print it out?
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Sharma.
what do we send it to?
I'm gonna give you my
Okay.
email address.
I'll tell her just to leave, well, I'll put it 187.
Yes, or either if you can talk to him and find out what his cause number, if she can do the style of the case, I would appreciate it.
Okay, I'll do
All
it.
right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Judge.
You're welcome. Shelby Rodriguez. Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, all right, cannot complain.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, it's getting frightening, right?
Scarier than that.
Yeah. So on this, where are we on discovery?
Well, Judge, it's our first setting and the state and I have talked and I need some time to make sure that we have everything. So I was gonna ask for about a 45-day reset. And also Judge the lead counsel on this case is Emily DeToto. She is on, I think, Zoom.
Yes, she's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna make sure we have all of the discovery and talk with the state about what we're gonna do next with the case. They haven't extended an operating.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you give me a December date, please?
I can do this.
All right, we're coming back on December 16th. State, at that time, you'll need to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
I have one question. May I please have
Yes.
the name of the prosecutor who's handling the case?
Oh, it's Raymond Saldana.
Okay.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, once Ms. Ferguson will give your attorney the reset form. Once she gives her that, then you can be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Have a great day.
You
Thank you.
too.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, happy holiday to you too.
Oh, yeah, and today, sure. Oh, no, oh, well.
What's her name?
What is it? Yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah. Just trying to make contact with somebody.
Thanks. I'll let you know what else.
Thanks.
Who's here on Attilo Espinoza Ruiz?
That attorney left.
Joseph Grosso? Yes.
Mr. Crosso's not here. He's on bond, Judge. This is a case that's set for trial on November 18th. My client is still incompetent to stand trial.
Okay.
He is working with on an outpatient program. He's in touch with his pretrial services officer weekly, compliant. Otherwise, Judge, we just asked to get into next year so that we can resolve. We're waiting on a
We'll
status.
put it for December 16th and see where we are.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Oh, nothing is, Norma, this case is being reset for December 16th.
I'll let my client.
And counsel, you let your client know as well?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Judge, that order is on the way.
All right, thank you.
Can I be excused to the county court 9 briefly?
Yes.
Can I be excused?
Oh, well, you have to sign off on the form.
Okay.
Who's here on Nathan Medina?
I never know which one to take. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, are you all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court is calling 2018 CR 1860 State of Texas versus Nathan Medina. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Colin Hobbs for Mr. Medina, Your Honor.
Okay. So on this, and I'm sorry, are you Mr. Medina?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, so on this case I don't think he ever entered a plea. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Then did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you review the first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Nathan Medina who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2018 CR 1860 for the offense of theft, $2,500 to $30,000 of a vehicle on May 21st, 2018 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Nathan Deschamps Medina did then and there failed to report to the supervision officer in person for the months of December 2019 and January 2020 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State waives the remaining violation allegations, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing this, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. Reinstate on the third for 2 years. All prior conditions back in effect.
That is our understanding of the agreement, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Abrams, has Omar Ibrahim submitted restitution for $5,000? Has that occurred or no? Yes. No, that's for the restitution that's in the plea.
The complainant.
The complainant? Yes.
Judge, there's not been any restitution that's been paid.
All right. Your client has done nothing on probation. We were here last time with this.
It was for a bond condition hearing at that point, Your Honor.
All right, so has he done anything on probation?
Not in
Other
quite
than not
some,
report?
not in quite some time. We have some evidence we'd like to present. You heard from Paris Carmona last week about
Yes.
his new. I'm happy to recap that. I'm happy to call her again. I don't know.
Oh, my mind's a steel trap. I remember her previous
Fair enough.
testimony.
I also have her mother and father here supporting him today. You heard about where his life was at both back then and now. He's doing much better. He has a plan in place. He's going to be working to get the restitution paid. That was the one thing that really persuaded the state to give him one more shot, was so that hopefully the complainant is made whole in this.
My understanding is that restitution was never submitted by the complainant. I know that part of your plea bargain agreement was for the $5,000, approximately $5,000. So,
I was under the impression it had been submitted because it was calculated on his worksheet, Your Honor.
okay. Probation?
1 second, Judge. To confirm, you're asking if anything has been paid toward the restitution, correct?
Has anything been paid?
Nothing has been paid toward the restitution.
All right, and did the complainant submit anything for restitution?
That I do not know, Your Honor.
I'm checking now, Judge.
Well, probation is,
This was a part of the, there's nothing in the system that the complainant actually provided for restitution. It was part of the plea agreement that was running upon him, you know, running for election. I can pull up the it's report.
And the court sees that this is not his first failure to report. There was a previous motion to revoke heard by the judge that placed him probation from October 11th, and it was a failure to report as well. And now we're back for another failure to report.
Might call my witness, Your Honor.
Sorry,
My client is my witness, Your Honor.
sure.
This time I'll call
Can you
Nathan.
raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Nathan Deshawn Medina.
Mr. Medina, obviously you've not reported a probation in some time.
Right.
And you know that was a mistake.
It was.
Can you give the court kind of a rundown and explanation for why your probation went so far off the rails for you?
At the time, I wasn't in a good stability. I didn't have anybody, any sort of good mentorship or any sort of good anything in my life at the time. My mom, we were actually homeless at the time, and it was a huge toll on me at that time. And now I'm in a way better mentality position. And
During that period of absence from probation, what have you done to get your life in order, and who has helped you do so?
I've got my life together now. I now have a business. I have clientele. I've been able to have a grateful daughter that I'm grateful for, that who actually changed my life. I actually have a fiance now who's pointing me in the right direction. Her and her family are huge supporters, and they're helping me stay on the right track with life now and stay focused.
Tell us about the family system that you have at your house.
The family system that I now have in my house, they're both retired military, and they're very, very structured. And we all have great support with them, and they're all supporting me. I now have custody of my two brothers, where they also are helping me support as well and stay on the right path. Because like I said in the past, I didn't have any support system at all. We were just on the streets, just living day to day, and just trying to make ends meet. But now that I have a better support system with them, life has been so much easier and a lot better for me.
Give me a brief rundown of what are some of the things your mom struggles with.
She was a drug addict, and she was in rehab back to back for many years, and she got the kids taken away, which put me in a very stressful mentality, and caused me, to just be really, really down at the time. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have anybody to support me at all. We're just living in hotels and whatnot. And now that I found, a great wife who's able to support me now, my life's been changed, and I've been making every right decision. Like I said, I have a business now. I have clientele. I also have.
What is your business?
I'm a barber. And I've been.
Are you doing Marbach haircuts for people?
Sometimes I do. Yes, sometimes I do.
Sometimes as a barber, you have to tell people, hey, no, it's maybe not the best of looks.
I try. I tell them you can switch it up sometimes, but they like to stick to it.
I'd like to know if there's anything you can do for me.
So.
All right, so let me just stop you right there.
Yeah, sure.
Here's the thing. One, he hasn't reported. I'm inclined to revoke him and revoke him under 1244. Give him 88 days in the Bexar County Jail and give him a judgment satisfied.
Judgment satisfied, you're convicted.
Otherwise, he's going to be on probation. And if he comes back before me, he's looking at 2 years in the state jail facility.
Understood. Can I have just a couple minutes to talk to him?
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Motion today. Do you have a copy of the motion the court file? Mine. Was it on document? Yeah, no, it's on document today. Isaac Cabello.
All right, who's here on Seth McDonald? All right. We'll call it back.
Yes. Oh, I don't.
All right, and counsel, let me see if I received your email.
So I, Jesus come in? Yes. Yeah, okay, I just want to show the state out. I didn't bring a copy of it. Second.
There should be something coming through on the printer.
Yes, Judge. Thank you. So many when you're ready to approach.
Could you staple that for me, please? Could you staple that for me, please?
Judge.
All right, state. Here's a copy of the standing blood order that was emailed. If y'all can look over that, see if you have any objections to it. Thank you, Mr. Sharman.
May I see the order?
Oh, they have it.
Make sure it's.
All right, who's here on Pedro Flores?
President, Your Honor.
We worked it out, Judge.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 009113 State versus Pedro Flores. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Roberto Vargas for the defense, ready to proceed, Your Honor?
And are you Mr. Flores?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Are there any applications in this case? Mr. Flores, did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, we're not, Your Honor. We'll waive the enhancement of the proceeding of the state court.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you are giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain agreement with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 180 days in the state jail facility, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea.
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yeah, sure. It's an exhibit of the wall with all that's attached.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Court Stipulations and Waivers with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulations of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We respectfully ask that the court will follow the agreement we have with the state, Your Honor.
All right, the court will follow your agreement, sentence you to 180 days in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served. And the court will request the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community does not increase the time that you're in custody, but if you have a drug or alcohol issue, they will help you with that. So regardless whether you're in the program or not in the program, the most time you will serve is 180 days. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. How old are you?
48.
All right, you're 48 years old. Let me just tell you, using illegal substances, it's a crapshoot. And sometimes you're going to get snake eyes. So what's going to end up happening in your life? Either you're going to continue to use, and before you get a chance to use, the police are going to arrest you, and you're going to be right back here with another case. It may be a possession less than a gram case. But what I can tell you, at some point, these state jail felonies get enhanced, and you're looking at 2 to 20 years instead of just 180 days to 2 years in the state jail facility. That could end up happening to you. Sometimes people who buy drugs or are getting drugs, sometimes the house gets raided. Sometimes there are other people there and a shootout occurs and somebody ends up dead. The other thing that could end up happening is you get a bad batch and somebody has to identify your body. It'll be on the news. They'll find you somewhere in a field or something or on the sidewalk, and people will read it and they'll just go on with their day. The person who sold you those drugs, they'll just go on with their day because they'll have plenty of customers. When you're released from the state jail facility, you probably should go into inpatient treatment. If you can't find a place, if I'm still here, you come back to court, I will call on the phone to get you in treatment. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes. Are you all ready on Medina? Medina?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. And are you, whenever you're ready on your case? And then does anybody have an update on Sharman and the blood discovery for his client?
And Monica Guerrero was back.
Okay.
Can I approach?
Yes.
I don't know if you signed the order, but.
No, I can't sign the order until you all present it to me.
Oh. I got it right here. Thanks. Yeah, sure.
It says on it, NMS Laboratories, Pennsylvania.
Okay. All right. Okay, then you are excused. I'll turn this in, and if you want a copy of it, they will give you a copy.
Appreciate it, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Sharman.
Thank you, Mr. Sharman.
See, Mr. Sharman, this is, everything happens for a reason. This is why you were made to wait here, because I knew in the back of my mind that this would probably come up.
That warms my heart, Judge.
There you go. All right, so let's bring Mr. Robertson back up.
Mr. Robbins.
All right, so with regards to his client, any updates on the blood discovery?
Yes, Judge. As of this morning, we have not received it from the crime lab.
All right, so do you have an idea of when you anticipate receiving that?
I know we requested it about a month ago.
Okay.
I would ask for another 30 days to be safe.
Is this,
Oh, just 1 second.
is this Austin?
Yes.
It is. Okay, that's accurate.
All right, so, and then Norma, if you can set this in December for 1, to see what discovery is, and 2, to hear your motion. All right, December 16th, are you available?
I am.
All
I
right,
will.
so council, just make sure your motion is filed no later than the beginning of December.
It'll be filed next week
Okay.
Can you just make sure?
and we'll be back on December 16th.
Yes, and then once he signs the reset form, you're all excused.
Thank
you for addressing appropriately full court.
Yes, sure.
You can have,
Oh, okay.
here's the list. You can have, you just, because we need the well. You can just email me a copy of that motion.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Need to take my copies.
Have them sign it. bring it
Judge,
back.
we're ready on Medina when you are.
Okay.
All right, just give me a moment.
Oh, that's fine. Just letting you know.
All right, what page is his client on?
Page 1?
Robertson? Yeah, the very first one. All right, Medina. Yes.
Judge, in discussing it with my client based on the fact that he has his own business and is not gonna face any. There will be consequences, number one, there will be
Oh, no.
consequences.
Here's the thing. I don't need an explanation. I just need to know what the decision is.
It's 1244.
All right, we're gonna go back on the record in 2018 CR 1860. The court will. You've entered a plea of true to violation of condition number 5. My understanding from your attorney, you wish to proceed with the court sentencing you under 1244, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm sorry, counsel, can I get a new trial court certification?
sir.
Thank you. Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, then this is what the court will do. The court is going to find violation of condition number 5 true, revoke, find you guilty, sentence you to 88 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There is still to be restitution to Omar Ibrahim. And it's the agreed restitution of $5,050. And the court will find that the judgment is satisfied. To review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney, did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. What I will tell you, and people always say, you shouldn't tell people what you're thinking. The only reason why you are not going to the state jail facility for 2 years is because I understand the issues that you've had in your life. And I've also understood that you have changed your life for the better.
I have this case number. If you can write that.
So let me just tell you, from here on out, everything that you do, you need to make sure you're on the straight and narrow, because 1, you've seen what your mother has gone through.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a child now that you're going to be raising, or children, I should say.
Yeah.
And if you don't want somebody else to end up raising your children, then you cannot be in any trouble. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
And you need to make sure that you pay the complainant. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I will.
And probation, if you can make sure that he has where he can send the money to pay the complainant. All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too. I've never heard of Halloween as happy holidays.
I think it's a trend this
Are you
morning. Is that?
anticipating Christmas and New Year?
Yeah, pretty much. Happy holidays.
All right. Thank you to
Thank
you
God.
too.
Be excused.
Yes.
Have a great day.
You too.
So that's gonna be a JSAT judge.
Yes.
On that motion, let me figure it out.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be for Mr. Rose.
Oh, it's for Medina.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ashley Medina.
You judge?
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Seth McDonald.
What's that? Sit there. Trying to look at your booty. I don't even know what I look like when I see you in Zoom.
Oh, you're always looking great.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Oh, I'm doing okay. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 5669, State of Texas versus Seth McDonald. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Alexandria Brothers for the state.
Defense?
Monica Guerrero for Mr. McDonald.
And are you Mr. McDonald?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest on September 9th. The court ordered a PSI and TAP evaluation. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state opposes your application. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections from the state to the PSI or TAP?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any objections to the PSI or TAP?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, Judge.
All right, state you're opposed to the application?
Yes.
All right, and why are you opposed?
He has previously been on probation for a similar offense and has not been successful. So we would ask for the cap for.
All right, and defense?
So on behalf of my client, Your Honor, he had some extenuating circumstances as to why he couldn't go and register. Show her your finger. So he had his finger amputated and he had had an infection at the time. And he currently has a civil lawsuit pending against the company he was working for where his finger was amputated. Because he was in so much pain and he was taking
all right, everyone, please whisper.
Taking some time to get better, he missed the window to go and register. I did tell him that it was a very, very dangerous proposition to ask for any type of probation or deferred in here, because you make these gentlemen do what they're supposed to do and do it immediately and do it right. And that if they don't, there are consequences in here and it's not a cakewalk. He said he understands it. He said he's getting too old to be going to jail and being in jail. And he wants a chance to get back with his family. He's got a ton of kids. And
what is a ton of kids?
8, 9. I forgot one.
Grown.
Okay.
And he wants to be able to have a relationship with all of those folks. He is asking the court to consider probation. I'm asking you to consider deferred because then you have a larger window to punish him if he does not do what he's supposed to do.
Can I see the stipulations, please?
Yes, sir.
No, she knows what you did.
All right, so here's my issue, and I believe I discussed this before. My issue is the fact that he knew when he was supposed to report. You want to call him as a witness?
Sure.
All right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand. When did you have an injury with your finger?
December 31st, a construction accident. It was only wrong. What they was doing was illegal.
Okay, I can't
It
hear you.
was,
Let's not get into the illegality of what they're doing. I'm just asking.
Answer the
it was
question.
at my job, construction. I wasn't a machine
No,
operator.
no. My question was when?
December the 31st.
All right, and so
2020, 2022, 2023, or 2022, I'm sorry.
2022.
Yes,
All right, and I'm assuming you went to the hospital?
yes, ma'am.
When were you released from the hospital?
Oh, I was taken to the hospital and my finger was sewed back together. It became
Now, when were you released from the hospital?
February the 8th. I had it amputated,
Okay, February 8th, what year?
2023.
All right, so February 8th, 2023, it gets amputated. And then you said you had an infection
Yes.
from the amputation? All right, so when did you go back to the hospital?
February, I had a post-op surgery. I think it was February the 12th or 13th.
2023?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so when were you released from the hospital?
The 8th of February.
All right, and this was after the infection?
Yes, ma'am.
So when did you next go report?
February the 9th was my report date. It was closed on Friday.
Okay, so did you go and report on February 9th, 2023?
No, they were closed on Friday.
Okay, so did you report in March?
Oh, no, ma'am. It was, I was supposed to report on that day.
So are you telling me the last time you reported was in 2023?
No, it was January the 9th. Because I'm listed as homeless, I report every 30 days.
All right, so I understand the issue with your finger, but I don't understand why do you report in 2024? It says here,
I mean, I'm sorry. It's 2024. I'm making an error.
2024 what?
February the 9th. I was supposed to report. And
No, that's what I'm saying. Everything about your finger is from 2023.
I made a mistake.
So you hadn't reported, they have your last report date as January 9th. And you haven't reported since then. According to the stipulations, you reported on
Of
January 9th,
2024.
2024.
Yes.
And they gave you the date when you were supposed to come back and you never came back.
It was a month later. It was February the 9th. I made a mistake on 2023 to 2024.
No, here's the thing. February 9th, you didn't report of 2024. You did not report. They were waiting for you to report. They ran you and they showed that you didn't report. So what's the excuse for not reporting on February 9th, 2024? Because that's what we're here for.
I had my finger amputated on February the 8th. It was 2024. I made a mistake on it.
All right. Do we have any medical reports to show that he had his finger amputated on that day?
I don't have a judge.
All right, state, if he actually had his finger amputated on that day, would that change your position? Okay, so if he was in the hospital February with a finger amputation, because according to the STIPs, it says that he reported January 9th, 2024. And he's saying when he was supposed to report, his finger was being amputated.
Well, so on his PSI, it states that he has surgery on February 8th, right? It's supposed to report around that time. Our position is to report before the surgery, say it was hours. Doesn't have to report on them.
My finger was,
Stop. We can go off the record. So let me just tell you what my position is. And if you want research done on this, research can be done on this. But my position is, yes, he could have reported earlier. But if he's in the hospital, he's saying his finger is amputated on February 8th, 2024. If he's in the hospital, should he have reported before? Yes, but his due date wasn't until February 9th. So if he's in the hospital on February 8th, get his finger amputated, then I can understand his not reporting. But if you're not in the hospital getting your finger amputated, then we're going to come back here. You understand? So you need to think long and hard. So either your finger was being amputated or it was not being amputated. If you come back in here and medical reports show that you were not having your finger amputated, then I'm going to do something different.
it's December the 31st.
No. Let's not figure things out in our mind. What I'm telling you is, if you were not in the hospital on February 8th, 2024, getting your finger amputated, then I'm going to do something different.
Yes, ma'am, I was.
So were you in the hospital on that day or not?
My surgery was the TSOG on Concord Plaza, February 8th. I had my finger amputated. I was in surgery.
All right. He's saying he was in surgery. Let's see if can we get medical
Dr.
report?
Woodbury is the doctor.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. If you'll let your attorney know, and counsel, if you need an investigator to get his medical records, then we'll see where we are. Where?
Dr. Woodbury, Search Plaza. It was on TSOG, Concord Plaza.
And the reason why I'm doing it is I would hate for somebody, they didn't report, and the reason why they didn't report is because they're in the hospital getting their finger amputated. So we shall see.
Yeah. I'd like to see how long it was.
Yes.
Did-
Okay. All right.
All right. How much time are you gonna give me to get this? Because
We can
doctors.
recall it for December 16th. He's in custody. Okay. And counsel, if you have it before then and you want him brought over before then, you can.
Okay, let me see if I can get an investigator appointed. I don't know how quickly I can get that done though. But, I'll ask for a reset and then I'll see what I can get you.
All right, we'll do December 16th. And to both parties, he's saying he was having his finger amputated. If his finger was being amputated, maybe the state may do something else. I don't know. But if it was not being amputated, then we'll still be right back where we are. Okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
Norma, he's coming back on December 16th.
Sorry.
Ms. Abrams, he'll be back on December 16th.
90 days, 149.
Guadalupe Rodriguez. Good morning. Where's your client? Guadalupe Rodriguez, come down. All right. So where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I represent Mr. Rodriguez on the present case before the court. We do have a plea worked out. However, at the last minute, the court may recall from last week, there is an outstanding, another outstanding case,
Yeah.
an at-large case. The state reached out to the prosecutor. She is not ready to make a decision yet. She needs to talk to the complaining witness.
All right, what is this outstanding case?
It's a some sort of family violence case, a child case. Let me see if the state can. You might if I grab it.
Who is, who, family violence, one of you come up here? All right, maybe we can help move things along.
Yes.
So on this case, it's a possession case. My understanding, they want to enter a plea bargain agreement, but he has an outstanding case. That's a family violence case. That's a child case.
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes.
The ADA who is assigned to the at-large family violence case informed me that if their complainant is not cooperative, then they will not proceed. She needs a bit more time to try and get in contact with them, and the decision hinges on the mother's cooperation.
All right, so this new case is involving an injury to a child?
Yes, Your Honor. No. Abandoned child.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we call this back on November 7th, is that enough time?
I don't know if that is enough time. Because the ADA assigned to the at-large case did not specify how much time she needed. She only said she needed a little bit.
All right. Let them know a little bit is November 7th.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll bring you back on November 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. I'll see you then.
Norma, on Guadalupe Rodriguez, if you can recall for November 7th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a seat, sir.
You're welcome. And what page is he on, Norma?
On the bottom of page 3.
Thank you. Everyone, the court is taking its recess at noon.
Let's see.
Did you?
Okay, I'm probably gonna come back on 30.
You did?
If you did here before.
Robert Garcia Sanchez. Who's on Robert Garcia Sanchez?
That is Ryan Miguel's.
Remember notes?
All right. Oh, sir, just have a seat. Renee is not here. Ramsey Ibrahim.
Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, where are we on this case?
Judge, we're asking for, we have a motion to set bond on this case. As it states, do you have the, you can have my motion.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
I
You say
shall
good.
give one, let me see.
Don't grab from the little tray. I can make it.
Yeah, I don't have one.
I could just it from memory, Judge.
All right. So who is the prosecutor?
I am one of them, Your Honor.
All right, are you ready to proceed on a motion to set bond?
The Ariola Garcia will step into me on that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court is calling 2000. Everyone, please don't talk behind the court reporter. We're going on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 3624. State versus Ramsey Ibrahim. Excuse me. No talking behind the court reporter.
But
We're on the record. Court is calling 2024 CR 3624. State versus Ramsey Ibrahim. Can I have the parties announced for the record for the state?
Antonio Ariola for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Andrew Fralick, Mr. Ibrahim.
All right, and are you Mr. Ibrahim?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right, defense has filed a motion to set bond. State, are you prepared to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, defense, it's your motion.
Judge, my client is entitled to a bond. He did miss court. He was represented by different counsel at that time. He was originally released, and again,
doing this from the memory. He was released on a PR bond. He missed court in July. He was then arrested. His attorney withdrew off the case. I was appointed, so we're asking for a bond to be set. We're asking for a $7,500 bond at this time.
All right, so his previous bond was $7,500. Why would I set his bond at? Well, actually, on June 13th, 2024, the warrant was recalled on when the court issued an order remanding him without bond because of because the defendant no-showed. And what the court did was, the court ordered that he be re-enrolled in the Center for Healthcare Services. I recalled the warrant and reinstated the PR bond and waived the fees. And then July 15th, a judge's warrant was issued and he was remanded without bond. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that was a violation report and he didn't show as of 9:51 a.m. So that's what the court has. Am I incorrect? All right, so why he didn't show up twice for court. The first time I reinstated the PR bond and waived the fees, and that was just in June. And he would have been present, and I recalled it for July 15th, and on July 15th, he didn't show. Oh, it seems like he wishes to say something. Do you want your client to say anything? Well, no.
I'm considering, for the purposes of this hearing, you understand you're not to talk about the facts of the case, just what she's asking about missing court. Do not talk about the facts of the case. Okay, and speak up loud enough for both her to hear you and for the judge to hear you. Thanks.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ramsey Grant,
All right, why didn't you show up for court?
because my car was totaled and I had no way of getting here, and I called everyone that I knew, and it was just, I will show up to court.
How old are you? All right, have you ever heard of the VIA bus system? You said you called people. Did you call the court and say, I can't make it? So why didn't you call the court?
Ma'am.
No, not I should have. You didn't. So why didn't you call the court? Do you have a reason for not calling the court? I mean, if you
Yes, I
don't have
do.
a reason, you don't have a reason.
I
Here's the
did-
thing,
I
you're
did-
under oath, so you can't be talking to your attorney.
Yes.
So
ma'am.
here's
No,
my
no,
question.
I do have a reason. I reached out to the attorney the day before and I told him the situation. I told him I've been reaching out to everybody. I even called him the day before the court date.
So you're saying the day before the court date, you called your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
So that means that you had a full day to figure out a way to get to court. So why didn't you call the court and say, I've had a car accident, nobody will bring me down to court? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you take the VIA bus? Why didn't you call an Uber? All right, how much money did you have? Did you have money for VIA?
Honestly, I was that broke.
But
That's not the truth.
I'm assuming you use your cell phone to call people.
Actually, my cell phone was actually dead and I was using Wi-Fi.
Oh, well, you could have used Wi-Fi to call the court. You didn't. How old are you?
39.
39. So you should know better. State, are you in agreement to setting a bond?
I'm not, Judge.
I mean,
We don't agree on the amount, but I do
Right,
agree on
yeah.
setting a bond.
all right, what amount are you requesting?
It's requesting 15,000.
All right. In defense, you're requesting 7,500?
Yeah, the judge, we're asking for a bond that he can make. Well, he would not be able to make it.
Well, you
because
want to
he's
question him
incessant.
about the bond that he can make because the court does not know what he can make.
I understand. Mr. Band, I talked. assuming that you would be able to repay someone to make a bond, that someone else would be able to make a bond for you and you'd be able to repay that person. Are you working at this time? And you would be able to repay someone.
Okay, everybody is whispering. Everyone, please do not whisper for dramatic effect. The court reporter needs to hear, I need to hear, and everybody else, we're on the record, so you all need to whisper like you're spies and you don't want to get caught.
Is a $7,500 bond, you could make something like that and repay someone for that?
Yes, sir.
That's what we'd ask for, Judge, understanding that he had made a PR bond previously, and this would be the first bond he would have to make as far as that is concerned.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to place your bond at $8,500. The court is going to order partial GPS for employment and mental health appointments. And counsel, have you received all of the discovery in this case?
Honestly, Judge, I've just been on the case for a week. I filed a motion to set bond. I would have to review it at this time to say that, but I will have that answer by the time we come to court next time.
All right, Norman, can you put this on December, at the beginning of December, please?
Yes, I can do it. December 3rd.
Yes,
All right, we'll be back on December 3rd.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge. Have a seat. It's not an actual syringe. This is just a pen. One point. I realize if I had it behind my ear, you might want to give me a hard
Hey,
time.
you know what? Until that's drug tested, we don't.
Just wanted,
That's a nice pen, though.
I didn't want you to give me a hard time about it.
No.
Judge, may I approach?
I'm calling people in order of appearance.
Well, I just have a question because you issued a BF on my client and you had put on the record last time she was here that she could appear by YouTube or by Zoom.
All right, I'm calling people in order of appearance. That's what I'm saying.
But-
So there are other people who are ahead of you, so I can't address your issue at
But
this
she
point.
has a warrant because of the fault of the court and she's at work and she's panicking because the court on the record on YouTube said she could appear by Zoom. And nobody will give me the Zoom link without the court's permission. So I'm asking the court to please get the Zoom link.
Oh, you can give the Zoom link, but if it turns out that she was supposed to be here and she wasn't, we'll address that issue.
Well.
Who's here on Amanda Drummond? Amanda Drummond?
Let me just take a photo of it.
Jason Andrade? Bud Britton, are you ready on Jason Andrade?
I'm here,
Hi.
Judge. We are.
So were you able to speak to the,
I was able to communicate by text. There should be a copy of the reinstatement. It's printed by the clerk in the back. The order, she said, is on the back of that because she couldn't do
all right,
2 pages.
all right, thank you.
And he understands that he is to report to that bondsman and update his contact information.
Yeah, I'll go up there today. I know they're open 24/7.
Okay, just let me pull up your case 1 second. All right, on this case, counsel, have you received the discovery?
I can't answer that question. Judge.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, Ms. Ferguson.
I have received some, whether I received all or not, I don't know.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Andrade, I need a 30-day reset for discovery.
I can do December 3rd, Judge.
All right, we're gonna come back on December 3rd. And to Deputy Laura, the bondsman is getting back on the bond, so I'm gonna order that the warrant be recalled and bond be reinstated. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, they're gonna give you a reset form. You need to make sure you're here and make sure you're on time. Do you understand? All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Sure. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Number, what page is Jason Andrade on?
He was not on the docket, Judge, he was on.
Okay. All right, Robert Sanchez. Court is calling 2022 CR 10251, State of Texas versus Robert Sanchez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Yes, Fair Salem.
Defense?
Renee Munoz.
And are you Mr. Sanchez? Counsel, have you received all of the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are there any applications?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanchez, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, waiving the physical offender enhancement allegation.
No objection.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to a jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
That is correct, Judge.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Sanchez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. All right, everyone, please do not talk behind the court reporter while we're on the record. We're currently on the record. All right. Did you review the plea bargain page?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, there's 113 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. There are no applications. This will run concurrent with 2024 PF 10484. They will take in consideration 2024 PF 10485. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
Saying in exhibit 1 and attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
I understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We're requesting that the court follow the negotiated plea bargain agreement, Judge. At the time of his offense, he was homeless, but we have referred him to the reentry center. And he's going to be meeting with Sakata to address some of his issues, Judge. But we're just requesting the plea bargain agreement be followed.
All right, the court will find you guilty, sentence you to 113 days in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. This will run concurrent with 2024 PF 10484. Take in consideration 2024 PF 10485, and there should be no contact with Claudia Sanchez. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're off the record. And is he Robert Garcia Sanchez as well?
Yeah, yes, Judge. Robert Sanchez / Robert Garcia Sanchez.
All right, so what are we doing with the CM case? I have this.
Oh, yes, that was dismissed. There was a ABS that was dismissed, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So sorry about that. I wanted to take the chance to update the court now about that, Judge.
All right, did I sign a dismissal on that?
It was previously dismissed, Judge. I think they believe last week, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. You can check if that was dismissed.
It was on the 24th of October, Your Honor. I represented one night.
Okay, thank you.
And I've confirmed that this morning with the DA's office and it's in August.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna have to start to do better, you understand? All right, good luck to you.
Yeah, just to clarify, it was 113 days. I believe he has
Yes.
113, so would that be satisfied?
Does he have 113 days?
Yes, yes, he does. Judge.
All right, we can go
Okay.
back off the
I
record.
apologize.
The court will find that the judgment is satisfied.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
And if I may present this, Your Honor, on behalf of the state.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
I think we're best for holiday.
Okay. These are done. Yes, yes, just make sure it's been dismissed.
Okay. I put your file.
Amanda Drummond. Yes, Amanda Drummond, come down. Where are we on this case, counsel?
We submitted the paperwork, Judge, and she's got to be sworn.
All right, here's the file. Once she's sworn, just have a seat. They're gonna swear you in.
Thank you.
Artilo Espinoza Ruiz. All right, just have a seat. We'll wait for your attorney. Ezekiel Neely.
Present, Judge.
Yes. Okay, let me check the email.
Hey guys, see that.
All right. All right, so the reason why we're here. Yes. All right. So state on Sanchez. Who is the person on Robert Sanchez? All right, so Ms. Ferguson is telling me it doesn't show that new case is being dismissed in the system.
Oh, interesting. It was the ABI second?
Yeah.
Okay,
So if you can
I
maybe
checked.
talk to
I'll verify.
family violence, yes.
Yes, we'll do, Judge. Thank you.
All right. So on Neely, there's an issue with the amount of restitution.
That's correct, Judge.
So where are we on that?
So Your Honor, this morning I forwarded to probation and she then forwarded to the state copies of an insurance letter that my client received from the complainant's insurance company
Mhm.
to the effect saying that they, the insurance company, paid out an amount of $7,800, which is just about the amount of restitution that the
Well, it's more
complainant
because,
is asking. That's correct. A little bit more.
all right, so the restitution has been paid by the insurance company. I don't do double restitution. All right, so, all right, so are you in agreement, state that the restitution has been paid?
Yes, sir.
All right, restitution has been paid. The insurance company may still contact you. Your attorney can talk to you about that, but for this court, the restitution is paid.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Good to know that you don't collect double restitution.
Is he on the docket?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Andrew Pabon. Hello. Morning, how are you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You're here for a compliance hearing?
It's not.
Judge,
Yes.
and a extension report was sent in last week to, with a request to extend Mr. Pabon's probation term,
Yes.
and you requested a compliance hearing,
Yes.
to kind of talk to him, see what's going on.
All right, so here's the thing. You're on probation. I've been getting reports that you're vaping, you're using marijuana. One or two things can end up happening. Do you just want to be, you can go to prison, be done with this, and guess what? I won't test you anymore because you'll be in the prison. Is that what you want? Do you wish to be on probation to the tune of 10 years?
No.
All right, so the choice of whether or not you go to prison or whether or not you're on probation potentially for up to 10 years is completely up to you. If you want to continue to use, that's telling the court that you either want to go to prison or you want to be extended or you want to be in inpatient treatment. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, probation, I'm going to extend him for 6 months. And he's going to be tested weekly. And he's going to be tested for levels. If those levels go up, then a motion to revoke is going to be filed.
May I say something? Aaron?
Sure,
That was the only positive test I've had for marijuana.
you shouldn't have any positive
I
tests.
understand that. I've been working on a 12-step program for like the past 2 years.
Okay,
I used to have problems with harder drugs. I have been able to abstain from those
Mhm.
for the past 2 years. I did have a slip with that marijuana. I understand that. I was changing my health meds or my mental health meds, and I was just having a difficult time with a couple of life things, but I have made it through that. I'm supposed to test for probation tomorrow morning. I promise you I'll have a clean result. I pretty much have like turned my life around from that time. I was in felony drug court. I was in there for a while. I had gone through their programs and I had stayed sober for about 9 months. And they had let me change to regular probation because they believed that I had the skills and the tools to abstain from slipping back into my addiction, which I have.
no,
gained
if
a
you
lot.
were actually in felony drug court as opposed to not just a referral, if they actually accepted you in felony drug court,
Yes,
the reason why you were released is because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
that's not what Judge Lynn said.
No, Judge, he completed that successfully.
Then why didn't they terminate him? Because usually that's what they will do.
He had additional time on his probation, Judge.
They still will usually terminate if you've done well. So I'm going to extend you for 6 months. And you are going to do weekly testing for 3 months. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation is here to help you. I'm here to help you. If there's some issues, you can always come back here. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Judge.
All right. Okay, then that is all. If you need something, let the court know, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Mr. Sheffield? Sir. Thank you, Judge.
Marco Calendris. Good morning.
Feel like this case just taking tiny little
Oh, that's
steps
okay.
towards the
As
finish
long as
line.
we're progressing, you know?
Judge, on this case, I spoke with Veteran Treatment Court. He was to be interviewed today by the VJO. The VJO is sick, strep throat, so
well, we can't have that.
Can't have that. We did obtain his DD 214 and his letter. Veteran Treatment Court will receive those later on today. They're just asking for a little more time, possibly Monday, for him to be interviewed by the VJO.
Okay. So I tell you what, let's recall this back for November 7th. If they interview everything and they're prepared to accept him, then he can just go too.
Well, Judge, that's the issue. You know, when they're in custody, it's a little, so it's November 7th.
That's a Thursday.
So I'm just asking maybe that he can be brought over on Monday so that they can go ahead and interview him.
Okay.
Here.
All right, November 4th, we'll bring you back.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. We will get things done.
Thank you, Your Honor. And
You're welcome.
you'll appreciate this, Judge. So I think Mr. Herman said probably 5 weeks to get that DD 214. I don't know what Mr. Calendris's mother did, but last night I got an email from her that she had received a copy of the DD 214.
See, I'm telling you, mothers can get it done.
They got superpowers.
Yes. All right, see you back on Monday.
Okay.
Oh, there, sir. Yeah, you can get that.
Isaac Cabello.
Present for him, Your Honor. He is logged on to Zoom.
Okay.
Judge.
Defense counsel, if you
I confer with Antonio.
can briefly update me on.
Yeah,
It's.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, so are you all in agreement to allow him to travel? I see previously he was granted to travel for work, and then UA upon returning, it appears that there were no issues. And so they're just asking for him to travel throughout the United States for work-related events.
We are not in agreement with that, Your Honor.
Okay,
And Your Honor, as you mentioned, we've previously come before the court for permission for him to travel outside of Texas for work-related purposes. We're just asking for him to be able to continue to do that as long as he, gives his probation officer or his, pretrial officer notice ahead of time that it's going to be traveling for work purposes to prevent having to come back into court every time that he is requesting to travel.
Considering the nature of the alleged offense, the state would be more comfortable if Mr. Cabello got permission from the court directly after conferring with the state.
all right. So let me ask you this, does he have any convention or something that's upcoming?
Not that I know of directly, Your Honor.
Cabello, do you have anything upcoming?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you have upcoming?
I have a convention meeting in Las Vegas, and then I have a family reunion with my mother because of her brother's passing in December.
All right, let's deal with the Las Vegas thing. What are the dates?
The date is November 15th. The 15th through the 18th.
All right, so the 15th, is that when you would leave and the 18th return?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
All right. Any objections to that date, state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, and then your mother reunion, when is that?
That would be December 11th. Coming back December 17th.
All right, and where would that be?
That would be in Los Angeles, where we're originally from, where all of us are from, me and my mother and my family.
All right, any objections to him attending that state?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what the court will do. The court will enter an order for travel for work. On November 15th through November 18th, 2024 to Las Vegas, Nevada. There's to be a UA upon return. And then you will be granted travel to Los Angeles, California from December 11th through December 17th, 2024.
December 18th.
I'm sorry, 18th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, December 18th, UA upon return. Is there anything else?
Nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
All right, just give me a moment to put that in the system.
Thank you, Judge. Do you want me to wait?
Yeah, just a minute.
Your Honor, can my
right.
client log off?
Yes, he can log off. Christian Ruiz Garcia. All right, so where are we on this case with discovery?
Your Honor, there is quite a lot of discovery on this one. We're not prepared to sign a discovery acknowledgement today because there is media that's too large to be shared through the portal, and we need to provide an external USB.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this back in December for discovery.
Yes, please.
All right, December 3rd. Is there anything else with regards to this case?
Your Honor, if we have not filed the actual motion, but we would like to request the court's permission for him to attend church. He is on partial. Is that something that Your Honor would consider today, or you want us to return with the motion filed?
If you return with the motion.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Just wait for me and I'll get to signature. Is he excused, Your Honor, after?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. Yes.
And I'll hand this to you once I put it in the system.
Yes, Judge.
Who's here on Anthony Newton Harris? All right, counsel, where are we on discovery?
I received discovery.
State, were you able to tender an offer?
I don't know.
Have you received an offer?
Judge, this case is going to go to trial. My client's not pleading
All right, so
guilty.
have you received an offer? That's my question.
There is no offer in this case.
State.
Can I speak for myself?
Sure.
Okay, September 16th, I had not seen this indictment. This lawyer told me that this indictment was wrong, that it was a false document. October 17th, we came back. He asked me, what did I want to do? I said, do what you said you was gonna do. He said, what did I tell you?
Okay, so here's the thing. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back at 1:30 and we'll
I'm not going to
start.
be here at 1:30, Your Honor.
Where are you gonna be?
I have Comal County 3768.
All right, so I don't know why people do not come to the 187 till late and everybody's rushing to get everything before noon. So there's a setting here. I'll see y'all back at 1:30.
Judge, I also have a motion to withdraw on this case.
All right, see you back at 1:30.
I'll get here as soon as I can after my
We'll
Comal
see you
County
back
case.
at 1:30. Amanda Drummond,
I'll take you back.
Can I get another lawyer?
we'll see you back at 1:30. All right, who's the attorney for Amanda Drummond?
All right,
Court is calling 2024 CR 0150, State of Texas versus Amanda Drummond. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Andrew Harris Edmund.
for the defense?
Bob Hicks, Your Honor.
And are you Amanda Drummond?
yes, ma'am.
And everyone, this is the last case. The court is taking it up till 1:30. Counsel, have you received all of the discovery in this case?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
And did you review it with your client?
Yes, I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Drummond, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Certainly do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Ms. Drummond, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's the 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
No, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I do so believe.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Certainly do.
Ms. Drummond, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, there's an $800 fine to be probated and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea. Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
None.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 4 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
To the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
One at a time, Mr. Chairman.
Any
No
objection?
objections?
All right. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor, there's one amendment to the plea bargain agreement. She lives in Karnes County and it would be nice if she would appreciate it if you would transfer her probation debt.
Okay, how far is Karnes County from here?
Karnes City is probably
Hour and a half?
90 miles.
All right, do you have any family in Karnes?
Yes, I do.
All right, do you have any children?
They're all grown men. I
Do you have any grandchildren?
Yes, ma'am.
How old are they?
My granddaughter's 2 years old.
All right, if I allow you to transfer to Karnes County, who would you be living with?
I live by myself, ma'am. I have my own house and my own vehicle.
All right, are you employed?
I'm self-employed,
Doing what?
farm work and cleaning houses.
Okay. All right, how long have you been using?
13 years,
Okay, how often when you're out?
every day.
Okay,
I'm trying to get in a outpatient program.
now you need inpatient treatment, all right?
I'll agree, to that if I,
All right, so what I'm gonna do, probation, how long will it take for a TAP evaluation? All right, so if there are no objections, I'm gonna schedule a TAP evaluation for her. I'll bring her back in 2 weeks, and then I can see what's the appropriate placement for her. All right, Ms. Ferguson, if we can recall this in 2 weeks for a TAP evaluation?
Yes.
November 14th. All right, we're gonna come back on November 14th.
okay,
And at that time, we'll see what's the best placement for you. I want to make sure that you successfully complete this, okay, and get clean and sober.
I appreciate that because I do need the help.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, and if you want, although they require that you live here, you may want to check and see if Karnes County also has a felony drug court. And I'll do some research to see if they have one as well, okay?
My mom has an address in Kirby. If anything, I can use her address.
All right, so Vashon, she said her mom has an address in Kirby and she could perhaps use that. So let's do a referral also for felony drug court. All right, so we'll do a referral for both, okay?
Okay,
Inmates, no talking in the box. They already told you. No talking in the box.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you. All right.
I probably need.
All right, we're taking our break.
I agree to that.